here in not so sunny Idaho, but I'm actually kind of glad that it's not because we need the rain. It was getting really dry and we were starting to have fires pop up. So it's a good thing. I don't know what I did to my glasses. It just happened recently. So thank you so much for popping in on my channel, and I hope you'll sit back. We're going to have a little craft and chat. I found a couple weekends ago, we had a citywide thrift sales, and we went to this thrift sale and everything was free because they were cleaning up a property. Somebody had bought the property and they had to get everything out of the buildings, and it was just loaded with all kinds of vintage stuff, like literally free. I felt guilty like for going away, but there was two of these wooden boxes and I just thought they're so plain. Somebody probably made them. They're like got the nails on them, and I actually didn't smell anything until I started painting. So I think because of the moisture, it just sort of brought out that old smell, musty smell that you get from storing things for a long time. And so I got two of them. Today we're going to work on one, and I've already done a paint job on this box. It's maybe needs a little bit of a touch up on the inside, but I wanted to get kind of an all-around coat, and we're going to work on the outside of this. And I even did the bottom because, like I said, it started having kind of a musty smell once I started painting it. So I think the wood just got kind of wet, and it reignited some smells. So before I do anything with this, I will definitely seal it with some. You could use shellac, or I like the Rust-Oleum clear coat. That's what I'll use to probably seal this up with. I see just some kind of a moist area here on the bottom of this. So I'm just going to try to get this it's not really coming off on my hands, but I guess it is a little bit. So I just want to get it so I don't turn it over and get paint everywhere. The paint that I used today was the Waverly Chalk paint in the color plaster that you get from Walmart. And so that's what I put all over. It's kind of like a almond color. It's really pretty color. I used to always, my go-to white has always been like a bright white type color. But recently I went to the Walmart and was kind of looking, because mine ran out. So this is the one I picked up, and I'm really pleased with it. I like this a lot. A little bit softer, not so brutal to your eyes or whatever. So anyway, we are going to start from, I guess I maybe need this. I keep my cardboards from inside of everything and keep it, I use them for painting on. I use them for all kinds of projects. So keep your cardboards. I have stacks of them. If you ever see me do, the side angle, you can see my stack over here, and even got a cupboard in the camper full of them. Just to have them on hand, because you never know when you're going to need them. But I am going to do actually something a little different maybe today. Usually I use our surface wax, and I'm pretty good with using that. Oh, maybe I should, because this one is pretty greasy. I may use the clear wax. This is the Waverly clear wax, and it's very runny. I don't know why. I like the dryness of this, so I may just use it like around on the bottom and on the inside. I don't know. But I'm going to try to go all the way around this box on the outside. You want to wax for anything that is wood. Wax, wood. They both start with W's, so that's how you know what you want to do. And like I said, you can kind of see this doesn't have like a really great, like solid look. I'm good with that. I like the vintagey look. I like it to look like it's old. So I'm just going to leave it. And like I said, I'm just going to use this surface wax around the outside edges. And then I'm going to switch over, I think, to that clear wax. And then I'm also going to use a little bit of the antique wax. This is the Waverly Antique Wax. I'm trying to think where, I guess I didn't grab it. I didn't even think about it. I'm going to do the whole thing with wax. The thing about wax is that, I have a brush. It's not the greatest brush, but I do have a brush I've just used in the antique wax. This was also, I think it was a Martha Stewart thing at Walmart. I'm not even really sure. But I've used it in the dark wax before. You don't really want to, unless you can clean it really good. I guess you could use mineral oil on it to get it clean. But just get, ooh, this stuff is really runny. So you want to be careful because you'll make a mess. I make a mess. So I'm just going to dab it on the cover, I think. And this bristle, these get pretty tough. I don't know. They were kind of tough. And I really just don't want the dark wax everywhere. So I'm just going to do it around the outside edges. Although that looked pretty good, didn't it? To give it a little bit of depth to it. But I don't want it to be brown, the project to be brown. I just want it to, do you see how I'm doing that? I'm just, oops, that one added more. And waxes, the more you use it, the, you know, I'm going with the grain, so it sort of looks like a wood grain. I think I'm going to do the same on the bottom and the inside. This gets really messy if you start grabbing on it, so I'm just going to kind of try to make it look a little old. If this isn't your type of thing, you don't have to do it. And like I said, I'm going to come in then with the clear wax. I just don't want it to look like I took a paintbrush and slapped it on there. That's the one thing I'm trying not to do here. But it kind of is, right? Like, all right, so I've got the bottom kind of looking. Let me show you that. Is that nice? It actually kind of looks nice. It looks like it is real wood, but just gives it a little extra. I'm going to get this top edge here. And then I'm also going to do some on the inside. Just to get it around. Now, if you go too heavy with the wax on your piece, if you don't like the way something looks, you can just do a clear wax on top of it and kind of wipe it off. I'm going to use that other clear wax to kind of blend it in a little, maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Get that off my hands. Okay, so this I keep in a Ziploc bag, so it's just, I don't know, it's stiff, but kind of just keeps it out of trouble, I guess you would say, because then I don't get wet, the dark wax all over everything, hopefully. And we're going to shut that dark wax up. I always try to just keep it very far from me, because I have made some really big messes with my dark wax. Just a warning, it can be very messy. That's why I left the cardboard down. So I'm keeping, hello. Good to see you. Thank you for popping in and saying hello. All right, so now we are going to use a cloth to do the rest. And I kind of have a wax cloth. This is all I use it for, is waxing. And this is the Waverly Clear Wax. And the reason I'm using this is because, like I said, I'm not going to actually use it around the outside. Maybe I will. I don't know. Kind of put down the surface wax already, so we don't really need anything more. But I'm going to use it on the inside to do a full coating because I don't want it to be like left unwaxed. I like it to look more consistent. Sorry, this is kind of hard to see, but I like it to look a little more consistent all the way around. So if you wax on the outside, you do want to, you know, consistently put the wax everywhere. And so that's what I'm doing. Probably technically when you're done, the best thing to do would be to wax over what we're going to do, because wax is considered a sealant. So, and you can see as I wipe it down, sort of like a wax on, wax off, just like a Miyagi moment here. It does blend it in really nicely. Let's see if we can get some more out without spilling. So anyway, it's pretty chilly. It's supposed to rain all weekend or be kind of overcast all weekend here. But if you talk to anybody in our area, they'll say, yay, we got, I'm gonna rub into those dark spots because I do want it to kind of tone down a little and look more natural. And then I'm gonna rub it off. So some of it will stay, just sort of knocking it down. Okay, where did my corner go? I lost my corner. So we're happy to have rain here, but I'm not gonna lie, I don't know where my corner is that I was dipping. I can't feel it. So see the difference? Here is the one where I kind of rubbed in with that clear wax. Here is not. Just makes it a little bit, I don't know, almost makes it foggy. Let's just say that. All right, I'm gonna get some more on here. You could totally seal this with, once we're done painting it, you could totally seal it with wax as a sealer. Wax does work as a sealer. Not a bad way to go, but like I said, I'll see how it smells, because I'm really sensitive to smells and I don't want it to smell. Maybe it's just that I've activated it today. Could be. It's looking nice. You see that? Just makes it look, gives a character. You don't have to do this, but if this isn't your thing, totally understand. What is that? Chunk of wax. Get it on the bottom here. There we go. I think we've got enough on here. And then I'll take, a dry area and just, especially on the sides, I plan on doing the sides for, with a vintage ruler pattern template. And so I don't want to have this so slippery I can't do my transfer on it. I probably am not going to fuzz this transfer. I think I'm just going to try it. Hello, Caleb. Thank you for coming on in. Hello, hello. We are in beautiful rainy Idaho. We like to have the rain. We're a pretty dry area further north, but we're also in like 78% of my county is the national forest. So we value rain. So it is raining right now, or has been on and off all day. I guess it's not specifically raining right now. All right, there we go. Those other areas buffed up really good. So that we have kind of we took an old box and made it look like an old box. But it was raw wood, and so I wanted to seal it. Like I said, you never know what the story is with your wood sometimes, especially raw wood where it's not sealed. It's not just like you can wipe it off and know that you get everything off of it. So let me get rid of this. And I see kind of a crease here, so this would make a really good gift basket. If you've ever been, I get asked to, do you want to put in for a gift or whatever? You want to, in 4-H, we're giving our 4-H leader a gift because she's leaving our club. It's time. She doesn't have any kids in the club anymore, so she's passing the baton. So we were doing a gift basket or whatever, but this would make a great gift basket, a hostess gift basket. I was thinking, actually what I'm doing to it, I was thinking it would be a great box to, we seem to always have sewing supplies sitting out on the sewing cabinet in our house. And so I thought this would kind of go in the theme of what I like, the vintagey look, and then, just add to it. So this is what it looks like before we start, and it would be fine to do this, but we're gonna keep going. So make sure, I really appreciate you being on my channel. It's a little crafting channel. I do share lots of crafting ideas, and I sell crafting goods like these transfers. This is the vintage ruler transfer. So please check out below. I do have my information if you'd like to support me in that way. I would love to have you do that. I do have a monthly craft club that you can join there. That is down below as well. And if you like discounts, we also have a perks, kind of a perks club thing too, where you get a 30% discount on all your purchases. which is really fun. You know, who doesn't love craft supplies at a discount? So we're just going to take the sticky backed pattern and put it on here, and it doesn't quite reach the end. So we're going to be kind of good about with that. It's not going to be a big deal. We're not going to make a big deal. It's a repeatable pattern. So I can go side to side and repeat this same pattern over here. So that's what we'll have to do, is probably take it around the edge and just repeat it so that it, you know, gets on there. But you can kind of see that. Isn't that a beautiful pattern? So excited about that pattern. Okay, I'm just going to keep this plain Jane, really. And I've just got it lined up there as best I can, get all the bubbles out of it, because anywhere you have a bubble, but it's kind of vintagey looking, so it's all good if it doesn't if it sneaks out a little bit. We use a bigger squeegee this time and black paste to do this. This is black velvet. Love, love, love it. I love things in like white or off-white and black. And then, of course, we have the, oops, went right off the end. That wasn't very good. And it's okay to go with too much on here and then, you know, take it off and use it again. Totally can do that. So try not to go outside the lines. There we go. Peel it off, put it back into the jar. You know, this is a little awkward with the box in front here, but you kind of get the idea. You just don't want to have, you don't have to use extras or anything on this. You can just use the bare minimum. It's okay to kind of squeegee it off. It's sort of like washing windows or spreading butter on toast. If you can toast your bread, you can chalk. I'm telling you, this is so much fun. And the fun part comes next, right after this. So I'm going to put that down and we're going to peel to reveal. This is my favorite. Did I do it upside down? Oh no. Well, it looks really good, but I did it upside down. Oh no. Oh shoot. I'm sad. I was even thinking I had to look for that. This is the story of my week. All right. So I was thinking I could just lay it down and go all the way around the corner, but I think I'm just going to do just this corner, lay it on, and continue on right here so that it just continues on. I'm going to put this here for a second. And we're going to get this dry so we don't smear it up on ourselves. But it looks amazing. That's going to be the back side because it's upside down. Probably most people won't notice. Actually, this middle one is right side up. So some of it is right side up, some of it is upside down. So maybe it's not so bad. Can you see that? Is that cute? I guess it doesn't matter because some sideways, some is upside down, some is right side up. We just got black on the inside. Keep going. So Friday night here in Idaho, I don't think we have anything planned. It's kind of a droopy night. We're just gonna get cleaned up because we have graduation next weekend. So we have to get all the stuff ready for graduation. And then I think it's gonna be okay to just go around because some of it's upside down, some of it's right side up. I'm just gonna keep going around the box. I'm certainly glad I did a little bit of antiquing around the edges because it looks old then. Love it. Can't tell what's wet or not. My hands are kind of wet. Okay. There you go. Isn't that cute? So I have this little bit here. I'm going to line it up end to end here. I don't know. I think there's no right or wrong way to do it. But I am going to try to line this. Oh, I think I had it this way. So I'm going to try to line it back up where we left off because they are supposed to line up. So hopefully I don't have a gap there. I think it would be better to go too far than not far enough in this instant, because you don't want it. And I think I'm just going to continue it on right around this side. You see that? Because this is fabric, I'm definitely getting my hands dirty on this one. But because this is silk transfer and it's sticky backed, I can just go ahead and keep going. All right, and I'm bending it around the other end too, because we're just might as well use as much as we can without going overboard. Now I definitely need, maybe I should have been wearing gloves, but you know, I'd have the same issue on gloves. I'd have to keep changing gloves. So I guess in this case, I'm just going to keep using baby wipes to wash it off. It is non-toxic. It's water-based. Ooh, it is raining outside too. Speaking of water, and the paste is it. So I, you know, if I was using this in my house, I probably would not seal it in any way, shape, or form unless it does still kind of smell old. I would do it then. But oops, this side came off. Let's see. I'm gonna get going on this side. All right. This one might be a messy project. But I do want it to go all the way around, so we're going to do our best to line it up again and keep going. Go around. So hopefully that kind of stuck. And a lot of times it's sticky enough. After we're done here, I'll take it in the house and I will just run it under the water with a board eraser and clean it up. I may not go around this other corner. I think I'm going to stop and then I will use the bottom portion for this corner over here. I think that's what I'm going to do. This time I'm going to kind of peel off a little bit slower because it is getting heavy in the paste here, so I can't really see whether or not. Lots of paste going on here, lots of black. I have to look for my black. I think we're running out of black. Black velvet. It really is like velvet. Okay. And I got a fingerprint over here that I didn't get off, so I want to get that off. So because it's water-based and I put that wax down, I should be able to mostly get it off. Although dark colors do stain. Oops, I got it off. That's good. Just don't want it to look like I put my dirty fingers there, even though I did. Okay, here we go. Let's see how it looks. I'll show you how that, peel it. Oops, got it folded in here somehow. And I'm not going to worry about the inside whatsoever. I guess you could if you wanted. That seems like a lot of work and hard work to me. So I'm leaving it. Of course, I folded up that other side while I was at it. I'm not going to do the bottom side, but oh my goodness. Love, love, love. Doesn't we did pretty good on that end. Let me show you that. Doesn't it look good? I can't even tell where I started. All right, we're looking here, looking pretty good. And it's okay, but you know, it's supposed to look vintage, right? Here I go with my black hands again. Okay. Put this back on here. I'm going to go to the part of this transfer that doesn't have any paste on it now, and I'll do that around the next two edges. Try to do it right side up. I don't know what. I think it's just, it doesn't matter which way is the right side up, to be honest. I'm making a mess, making a mess. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. I just love the look of old rulers. I love it. Those old fold-up rulers are so cool looking. This is just going to have a certain amount of black on the inside, I think, from my fingers. Come off, come off. You could even do a little sanding there if we needed to. I'll have to work on that later. All right, so we've got two more edges to do. This is such an easy way. You could do just one side. You wouldn't even have to, or, you know, do the long sides only or the short sides, whichever one, you know, if you put it on like in a drawer or whatever. It's got kind of a chunk there of black paste. I'm just going to take it off. I'm going to put it this way. But I just love the look of old rulers. I'm always looking for the old rulers at thrift sales and thrift stores because I love them. I found one time, and it's got like, it's actually got like, it's white with a little bit of red on it. And so that one I have done nothing to. I have all these craft ideas that I could possibly, see now, I'm getting my hand into it because I want to press it down and make sure it's got no air bubbles in it. You want all the air bubbles out of it before you start pasting. But anyway, I found this one. It's white with a little bit of red. And so I shaped it into a star, and I use it at 4th of July and at Christmas because stars are good for both holidays. I love that. All right, here we go. Digging deep in the jar here. Oops. And even though we have some overlap here on this edge, we want to make sure we get good coverage in all the areas. The white areas you see through, those are the areas that are getting painted. And then, like I said, this will clean up. We'll have, you can use this transfer over and over and over again. And this, I might need an extra one of these because I am loving the look of this. You could use this on signs as a background if you wanted. There's so many ideas you could use with these rulers, but I'm loving the thought. You know what would be really cute is to paint my, now I'm on a new one, to paint my sewing cabinet and then do just like the drawer fronts with this, because this isn't a huge transfer, but I think it would look really cute. Okay, here we go. See how we did. Yay. And yes, again, they're just a little bit off. Like some of them are upside down, some are sideways. Let me show you that. It is so cute. I'm just making sure my fingers. Isn't that adorable? Holy cow, love it. So now we've got the 3 sides, almost 3 sides. Isn't that cute? Oh my goodness. How cute will that be sitting on the sewing cabinet full of all those little things, all the little notions that we we have going on in our house. It's just constant. All the different kinds of tape measures and rulers on here. Oh my goodness. This is such a good image. I love it. I love it. You could use this to store things in the bathroom. You could use it, you know, if you homeschool, it'd be cute. Like keep all the school supplies together in one place. Just a cute little box to put anywhere. Oh my gosh, so cute. I love it. All right, spent the extra time there. So now we are down to this last side and then just a little bit right here. And like I said, we're just gonna line it up. So this end ended on this side. And so I'll take this end and match it up. And they're supposed to line, they should line up. They should line up. So we will just do our best here to kind of overlap and make sure the lines, I'm actually seeing it on this one. I don't know, that last corner, I didn't see it very well. Okay, here we go with the hands. Here we go. My hands are going to get all dirty because I'm making sure that I get all those bubbles out, especially this second round here. We don't want it to lift up and bubble underneath. We've done such a good job, although probably wouldn't even notice. All right, I'm going to get my hands clean because I've been making a mess. Fingerprints on the inside. Well, it sounds like the rain stopped. When we first, it looked overcast when I got up this morning, and I don't talk about the weather a lot here, but it's a big deal when it rains here. It looked overcast, and then it started to thunder and lightning for quite some time without any rain, and I'm like, oh shoot, because the thunder and lightning does start forest fires. So I was hoping that we would get some rain, and then it rained a little bit, and I'm like, no, please rain some more. Okay, I'm going to go on this side over here first. Oops, maybe not that much. Put a little bit up there, kind of grab onto it, and then try to get this side. So we get this side done. Don't forget about it. And then it just started to pour, and I'm like, yes, hallelujah. It's good. It is good to have rain. Although, you know, all my aches and pains hurt. I'm feeling my old age, I guess. Actually, I'm feeling old injury is what I'm feeling at this point. So every time it rains or snows, I can really feel the pain. So I'm starting to think I have like more than just arthritis in my knee. I think I have it in other places of my body. I'm just feeling everything, all the weather. Snow is another thing that's like, oh, just want to go back to bed. So, but we did get some things done. We got some schooling done. We have just a couple more things to finish up. We're having graduation next week, so stay tuned. I'll be posting lots of pictures and things from that. I know we're kind of late, but we do homeschool, so that is a real mess too. Good thing this is all water-based because it can... All right, let's see how we did. Let's see how that lined up. Did we get it? Yay. And let me see here. I want to make sure we got all the places. Sometimes the second application of an area can be a little bit more messy, a little bit more leakage, and hard to get everything covered. But I think we did good. I'm so excited. I'm going to just take this squeegee, go take it to the sink as well. It's all water-based. So let me show you that, all four sides. How easy peasy was this? Like, so much fun to paint an old box that I got for free. We went to this thrift sale and they were cleaning out an estate where they had bought at the estate, and it had everything. Actually, the house had burned down and it was only the garage left. And then the gentleman that lived there, I think, passed away a little while later. So he had like all kinds of antique boxes of antiques in the attic, and the guy that bought it just needed it cleaned out, so everybody's just hauling it down, and he's like, just take it free unless you want, you know, it's free of charge unless you want to make a donation. I did make a donation because he had a great big garbage there. But look at that. Isn't that adorable? There's this latest side that we did. Here's the other side. Isn't that cute? How cute will this be? Oh my gosh, I love it. Love it. Make sure you give me a thumbs up and a heart if you love this. Oh my goodness, so much fun. Also, make sure you hit that notification button so that you get notified when I go live. I don't have a specific time this summer, but I do try to go live twice a week if I can. Maybe next week will be pressed because we are getting ready for graduation and my mom is coming from Wisconsin to visit. So, you know, might be a little pressed. I probably will go live though, at least by Monday. And then I have lots of projects ready to go. So who knows? Who knows? I may do some recording up this weekend if I get a chance. I hope that you have a very blessed afternoon or evening, and make sure that you keep on crafting.